Welcome to A Mason's Work, the podcast where we review Masonic symbols and illustrate how they can be used to solve problems in everyday life. With your host, Brian Mattox, a proud member of the Craftsman Online Media Network.
So you have found out that you have taken a nibble of the bait, right? You came in and you took the free coffee at the car dealership, or you held the pigeon in the square at Venice. And now what? Good news is you're not completely caught yet. And this is the thing you want to look for. You want to identify when you have these discomforts come up inside you, physiologically, emotionally, intellectually, where something feels off. Balance has been violated. It doesn't feel like level exchange. Feel your way into that and pause. Pause and try and name what's happening. The very first thing you can do, apart from the outright rejection, right? The compasses we talked about yesterday, like no, thank you. Apart from the no thank you, like now you've already got a bite of the cake in your mouth. What are you going to do? Is stop and pause, right? This is where you have to think about what's happening. And it's a difficult thing to do because the discomfort itself isn't something that encourages analysis. And then as you start to reflect, it's not exactly easy work, right? Like, what is actually happening here? And you have to kind of figure that out. And more often than not, the grift that you're a part of now relies on two key things: keeping you from actually conducting that analysis. So it's keeping the conversation running at high enough speed that you don't notice what's happening. And secondly, that everything that's happening is happening underneath the water, that you can't see it. It's behind the obfuscation, right? So when you're in a situation like this, you've got that cup of coffee in your hand, or you've got the pigeon. God, what am I going to do with this thing now? What do? You take your moment and you think about it, and you realize that there's an out of balance here. And if you can name the exchange out loud in a conversation, a lot of crazy things happen right away. So it's like that part of The Wizard of Oz. If you've ever seen the movie The Wizard of Oz, you're being encouraged that the great and powerful Oz, the whole movie, the protagonists are traveling to try and find, the wise person who's going to get them out of the situation, only to find that it's a small, piteous little man behind a curtain. And that's the moment where you get to name the exchange. When you're in this situation, you want to identify what the actual exchange is. The coffee for car, and find out what happens if you say it out loud. It's amazing. People don't know what to do. It's such a fun thing to be able to do for yourself. It's like a super healthy way to identify when you're getting taken advantage of. And by calling it out, listen, this coffee is good and all, but I don't know that I really want to buy a luxury sedan today. I want to really come in and talk about blah, 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 blah. Or, thanks for letting me hold this goofy pigeon. I have no idea what to do with this thing, but if you want to go sit down and have a cup of coffee, I'll have one with you. By taking control of the exchange, by talking it out and saying, it seems like you're looking for approval here. Oh, that's a good one, right? People don't know what to do. Hey, it seems like you're interested in some level of, emotional response from me. Or, hey, I couldn't help but notice, but it seems like you're really trying to get me riled up right now. When you call it out and say it out loud, it's a holy crap thing. People don't know what to do. You yourself may not know how to respond. When this happens, when you're able to articulate the actual exchange that's happening underneath the surface, be prepared for some maybe unorthodox responses, because again, the grift relies on you not saying it out loud. It relies on the system moving faster than you can handle. And again, to just kind of center this all back on why we're even talking about this, when we talk about mineral and, or when we talk about money and valuables in the context of a Masonic conversation, we're talking about those traditional means of manipulation and behavior as not working on us, or not being a part of the relationships we cultivate in lodge. And so we need to better understand how these mechanics operate so we can notice them if they're happening in a lodge, right? These places where folks exchange authority for influence, or rank and prestige for attention, are all essentially that monies and valuables exchange, just wearing different clothing. And as we get better at understanding this, we get stronger as men and are better able to handle the places we interface with the world around us.
The views represented in this podcast are those of the speaker alone, and are not representative of any grand or subordinate lodge.
Hi, Brian here. I wanted to thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you have any suggestions or guidance for further episodes you'd like to see or hear, whatever the case may be, please don't hesitate to reach out to me at amasonswork.com, and we will try and incorporate your suggestions into a future recording. Thanks.
Freemasonry teaches us that the true work is within, a lifelong journey of reflection, discipline, and discovery. At A Mason's Work, we help Masons bring out their best selves through meaningful self-inquiry and symbolic practice. From personal reflection to lodge engagement, we offer tools that turn symbols into action. Visit us at amasonswork.com. The work is within. The time is now.